Well, hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's Daily Dose podcast. Our verse today comes out of Lamentations 3:25, and it says this: "The Lord is good to those who depend on him, to those who search for him." Back in the 1990s, there was an art craze that swept the nation. No, it wasn't Picasso or Monet or any of the other famous artists. Instead, it was computer-generated artwork. Specifically, it was 3D image artwork. Now, the picture itself just looked like a giant QR code gone wrong. It was a bunch of dots, swirls, and wavy lines. But if you looked at it just right, a 3D image would pop out from the artwork. Sometimes it was a battleship, or the Eiffel Tower, or maybe even the Statue of Liberty. There were literally thousands of different things that one could behold if they looked just right at the picture. Then there are people like me who could stare at them for hours and see absolutely nothing. People would give me hints like, "Don't focus on the picture." Thanks, but then what am I supposed to look at? Other advice was, just let your eyes relax. Yeah, that didn't work for me either. Finally, one day it happened. I was at a camp meeting and they had 3D artwork in the store on the campgrounds. I stared and stared and stared for about 10 minutes, and suddenly an image began to emerge. It actually startled me for a few reasons. One, I finally saw something after failing so many times before. And two, the image was the cross of Christ. Sometimes in our lives, we feel like God is distant, that we can't quite see him or relate to him. We've tried all the methods, but in our moments of trial, he just looks like a blurry mess. Notice, the verse today doesn't say that he is sometimes good or good when he feels like it. The verse says the Lord is good. But also notice the second part, to those who depend on him. See, it's this part that is key. Do we depend on him even when things are going poorly? Do we depend on him even when he doesn't seem to be answering our prayers? Do we depend on him for everything, or do we give up and try to fix things ourselves? Just like seeing the artwork, a relationship with Jesus takes time and perseverance. You gotta stick with it. He's not a vending machine. We don't send up a prayer and get our way. Instead, God blesses us through a lifelong daily relationship with him. And since he is good, he will do good for us through that relationship. Hang in there. Thank you once again for joining me for today's Daily Dose podcast. If you haven't already, become a subscriber by hitting that subscribe button that's right there on my YouTube page or on whatever podcasting app that you happen to be listening on. And please feel free to share this on social media with your friends. I'd love to have them along for the journey as well. You have a blessed day.